Why are so many people dying so soon after retiring? Have you guys ever experienced this? Relatives, friends, at your workplace? Leave me some comments. I'll give you reasons why this is happening and how you can avoid this in a couple minutes. But first, let me give you some stats and also just a personal reflection on this. The second to last job I had been there 6 months. Within those 6 months, 3 people had retired and passed away. Okay? Actually, a couple of these retired 6 months to 8 months before I started there. Within those 6 months, they passed away. 3 people. One person retired when I first got there and was passed on 5 months later. It made my boss so paranoid. He was 63 at the time. He's like, forget it. I'm working another 5 years. So this happens, guys. Why? Why does it happen? Here's some stats. And these are all from a Shell Oil employment or employees survey. Number 1, men who retire at 62 have a 20% higher likelihood of death. 62. Women, they say they retire at the same age. There's no increase. There's no difference. Doesn't matter when they retire. Here's another stat for you. Healthy workers that worked until 66 had an 11% reduced mortality rate. Now, why is that? Are these just some weird random stats? And there's some stats I can give you on early retirement that'll blow your mind, but I don't know. Shell Oil, think about it. Is it the conditions the employees worked under? I don't know, but those are some kind of eye-opening stats right there, right? I don't know how it applies to society as a whole, but Shell Oil is a pretty big company. Number 3, women tend to stay more active than men in retirement, and they also continue to socialize. This is also from the survey. So why? Why is this happening to so many people that they pass away so soon after retirement? Number 1, it's a loss of identity after retirement. This can lead to depression. As I've said so many times on this channel, if you were in a high-powered position before you retire, probably a lot of your identity is wrapped up in that job, right? Doctor, lawyer, CEO. All of a sudden you retire, who am I now? That can be a big, big adjustment period for a lot of people that can cause depression. Hey, for those of you seeing me for the first time, my name is Duane, and this is a retirement channel for retiring on moderate income. If you think you might like that, think about subscribing and like the video. And if you really like it, down here, you can buy me a coffee. Here's another reason why. A lot of people, when they retire, think about your employee health plan. I think for the most of you, it's pretty good, right? Pretty good health care overall. Now, yes, there are isolated, I don't even want to say isolated, but I don't think it's the majority of, you could have not so good a health plan at your employer. But a lot of people, when they retire, their health plan is not nearly as good as it was when they were employed. Okay? So there's limited access to health care. Also, some people, and I've seen this a lot on my channel, a big reason they don't want to retire yet is because what am I going to do for healthcare if I retire before 65? I go through ACA or also Obamacare. You can get some pretty good deals if you can keep your income low. But a lot of people, that will hold them back from retiring. Also, when they do retire, the plan they get may not be nearly as good as the one they had under their employer. The choices might not be as good. They might have to drive farther for access to medical stuff. And for a lot of people, just that additional drive may cause them not to seek out help as soon as they should. Okay? Here's another reason. Inactivity. A lot of people retire and that's it, man. They're sitting in front of that TV 24/7. Do they work out? Some do. A lot don't. Even if you're just working a regular job, you're walking back and forth, between your office to a meeting, to the restroom, to the parking lot. A lot of people, when they retire, they just veg. They might not go out for a couple days, right? Inactivity is a big reason why your health can just go down quick in retirement. Here's another one for you. Some people just retire because they're having some pretty bad health issues. If that's the case, your chances of passing on right after retirement are a lot greater than people that don't have those health issues. This happens a lot. Have you ever been with a company and, one of your coworkers suddenly got sick? Couldn't work anymore. It happens a lot, right? It happens a lot. It's another reason. Increased alcohol consumption. Think about it, guys. You're sitting around all day long doing nothing. You got all that time to fill. How are you going to fill it? For some people, that's a big issue. Sitting around, watching the Partridge Family for 3 hours straight. I'm tired of this, but what am I going to do? I don't know. What time is it? 3 p.m.? Good enough. I'm going to make myself a margarita. 3 p.m. gets pushed back to 2 p.m. That gets pushed back to noon. Increased alcohol consumption in retirees. It's a thing. It's a big thing. And another one, decreased social interaction. Makes sense, right? As I said in a recent video, after the age of 40, the opportunities you have for making new friends shrinks. The available circle of people where you can make friends with them shrinks. And when you retire, that shrinks in a big way. So you have to get out of your comfort zone and make friends. You have to join groups. Lack of social interaction, what does that do? That can cause depression, anxiety, loneliness. Those all have a detrimental effect on health. So yeah, there are a lot of reasons there why people can die so soon after they retire. So what can we do about it? What can we do about it, guys? How can we prevent this from happening? Number one, eat a nutritional diet. Eat a good diet. The last thing you want is for your blood work to suddenly go sky high 6 months into retirement because now you're just eating Jack in the Box every day. Or, fried chicken, whatever it is. Make sure you eat a nutritional diet that also keeps your energy up. It also keeps your mood up. Yeah, it's a big thing. Number two, stay active. Now, a lot of these points here are obvious, but you know what? People get into retirement and they just wind down. I get it. For the first couple months, you might not want to do anything, right? I get it. But after that, you have to take care of yourself. You got to stay active. Get out there walking, lift some light weights, Pilates, whatever it's going to be. Run a marathon. That'd be nice. But you got to stay active. You got to keep those juices flowing mentally and physically, or else you can decline quick. Drink moderately. And for those of you who smoke, cut back on smoking or stop it altogether. The older you get, the more that stuff affects your body, right? The toxins that come into your body. In a young person, it's easy to flush those out, right? The older you get, the harder it is for your body to do that. So limit all that bad stuff that may feel good at the time, but just limit it. If you want to quit, great, but just by all means limit it. Number four, maintain your social contacts. Again, it's easy to sit around doing nothing all day long. Facebook groups, texting. As I've said over and over in this group, I have a big text group. We go back and forth all day, every day. FaceTime. Or make little trips. Make little trips to visit friends. You're in retirement. You got all the time in the world to do whatever you want. Take little 3-day weekends. Go visit a friend. Or family. Go for a week. Stay with your family. Keep those social contacts going, guys. Especially for you single retirees. All right? Especially for you. That is key. And another one. Find meaningful tasks to do. A lot of people, especially those ones who are struggling with identity, lack of identity, they need a new purpose in their life. I suggest a year out from retirement, even further. Start looking into those things that will give you purpose in retirement. Volunteering, great, do it. If that gives you purpose, do it. Anything that will bring meaning to your life Meaningful tasks. You know, go volunteer at an animal shelter a couple times a week. That to me is meaningful. That's meaningful. Start a blog even, you know, on whatever. And if you can help people navigate the ins and outs of life, that's meaningful. It doesn't have to be a full-time thing. It could be something you do 3 times a week for a couple hours each. But believe me, I found that out from this YouTube channel. It's meaningful to me and to my viewers, I hope. It brings purpose and meaning to my life in retirement when I can just sit around doing nothing all day long if I want to. So guys, find purpose. You need purpose in retirement. So there you go. Yes, a lot of people are dying soon after retirement, but it doesn't have to happen to us. There are ways that we can combat this, okay? And as always, from the lovely high desert, we got this.